If you are over 60 and you drink plain water all day, I need you to hear this. Because plain water alone, as clean and simple as it sounds, may not be hydrating you the way you think it is. And by the end of this video, you will know exactly what to add, when to drink it, and the one evening habit that is silently wrecking your sleep and your energy. Stay with me. Because the third point is the one almost everyone gets completely backwards. Let me start with your body. After 62 things happen that most people never get told about. The first is that your thirst signal weakens. Your brain has a small region that monitors your blood concentration. When it gets too concentrated, that region fires and you feel thirsty. Simple system. Works well when you are young. After 60, that signal becomes quieter, not gone. Quieter, you can take two people, one in their 30s, one in their 70s, dehydrate them by exactly the same amount, and the younger person will feel strong thirst while the older person feels almost nothing. Same water loss. Completely different warning. So the feeling of being thirsty, the thing you have relied on your entire life to tell you when to drink, becomes unreliable at exactly the age when staying hydrated matters most. The second thing is that your kidneys become less efficient at holding on to fluid. We covered kidney function in the last video. As those tiny filtering units lose capacity with age, the kidneys become less able to concentrate urine tightly, which means you lose a little more water than a younger person does, even at rest, even on a calm day doing nothing. So you lose water faster, and you feel it less. That combination is why mild, quiet dehydration is one of the most common problems in adults over 60, and one of the most overlooked. And I am not talking about the dramatic kind of dehydration, not the kind that lands you in a hospital, the everyday kind, being just a few hundred milliliters short most days. What does that actually feel like? Fatigue in the afternoon that comes from nowhere. Headaches you cannot explain. Dizziness when you stand up quickly. Dry mouth when you wake up. Constipation. Feeling foggy when you are trying to think clearly. Most people put all of those down to age. Doctors sometimes do too. But a significant number of those symptoms in older adults are mild dehydration. Nothing more complicated than that. There is also a circulatory effect that most people are not aware of. When you are mildly dehydrated, your blood thickens slightly. Not dramatically, but enough that your heart has to work a little harder to move it. Your circulation slows a little. And for someone over 60 whose cardiovascular system is already working with less reserve, that extra load matters more than it would at 40. So the answer is to drink more water. Right? Yes, but with a detail that changes everything. Because here is the problem with plain water alone. And I want to be clear that I am not telling you plain water is bad. Plain water is not bad. If plain water is all you have, drink it and drink it often. But here is what most people do not know. Water does not stay in your body on its own. It follows minerals. Specifically, it follows electrolytes, sodium, potassium, magnesium. These are the minerals that pull water into your cells and keep it in your bloodstream, instead of passing straight through you. When you drink a large glass of plain water first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, a portion of it can move through your system quickly without being fully absorbed. You drink 2 glasses, you visit the bathroom 30 minutes later, and you feel no different. That is water moving through you, not water working for you. Now here is what to do instead. And it is simpler than you think. The first addition is a squeeze of fresh lemon. Not lemon concentrate from a bottle. A real lemon, squeezed into your morning glass. Lemon adds a small amount of potassium, which helps your body hold onto fluid better. It adds vitamin C, which supports your immune system and your skin. And it does something that sounds minor, but is actually significant. It makes the water taste like something. That matters because many people over 60 simply do not like the taste of plain water, so they drink less of it. When water has a flavor, even a light one, people drink more consistently without having to think about it. One squeeze into your morning glass every day. The second addition is a small pinch of sea salt, and I need to slow down here because this is the part that requires a warning. I am not talking about a spoon of salt. I am not talking about filling your bottle with some kind of salt mixture you saw in a video. I am talking about a pinch. The amount you would pick up between your thumb and 2 fingers, barely visible when it dissolves. Here is the science behind it. Sodium is the primary electrolyte your body uses to hold water in your bloodstream. When you wake up in the morning after 7 or 8 hours of breathing out moisture and losing fluid in your sleep, your electrolytes are slightly depleted alongside your fluids. A pinch of salt gives that first glass of water something to hold on to. The water gets absorbed and retained better. It is the same principle behind oral rehydration solutions used in hospitals. A small amount of sodium dramatically improves how much fluid actually stays in your body. For a healthy older adult, a small pinch of good sea salt in 1 morning glass is a safe, simple, evidence-based habit. It adds less sodium than a single slice of bread. Now the warning, and I'm going to say this plainly. If you are on blood pressure medication, skip the salt. If your doctor has told you to reduce your sodium intake, skip the salt. If you have heart failure, kidney disease, or any condition where your doctor has restricted what you eat and drink, talk to your doctor before adding anything to your water. Your situation is specific. Your doctor's advice takes priority over anything I tell you here. For you, the lemon alone is the right choice. And it still makes a real difference. Any video that tells everyone to add salt without that warning is not being honest with you. I would rather be straight with you than popular. All right, now the third point, the one people get backwards. Timing. I see this pattern constantly and it is almost universal. People wake up. They skip water, have coffee immediately, maybe eat something, drink very little through the morning, sip occasionally in the afternoon, and then drink the most in the evening. Tea after dinner. Water with a late snack. A full glass right before bed because they read somewhere that hydration matters. That pattern is exactly upside down. Here is why. In the morning, after 7 or 8 hours without fluid, your blood is at its most concentrated of the entire day. Your brain is running dry, which is part of why many people feel foggy, slow, and stiff in the first hour after waking. This is the moment your body needs fluid most urgently, and most people give it the least. In the evening, your body is preparing for sleep. It is slowing down. Fluid you drink now has nowhere useful to go. A lot of it will become a trip to the bathroom at 2 in the morning. And for an older adult, a broken night is not just annoying. Fragmented sleep raises blood pressure. It worsens memory. It increases the risk of falls when you get up in the dark. Falls on the way to the bathroom at night are one of the most common causes of serious injury in people over 65. The evening drinking habit is quietly connected to all of that. So the rule is simple. Front load your fluid. Drink most of it earlier in the day. Taper off after 6 in the evening. Here is the exact routine. Within 30 minutes of waking, before your coffee or tea, drink 1 full glass of water. Add your lemon. Add your pinch of salt if it is safe for you to do so. Coffee is not the enemy. But water comes first. Coffee on an empty, dehydrated stomach irritates the gut lining and spikes cortisol slightly. 1 glass of water first changes how your body receives everything that comes after. Then 1 glass with breakfast, 1 with lunch, 1 with dinner, 1 mid-morning and 1 mid-afternoon. That is 6 to 7 glasses spread across the day, front-loaded toward the morning. After 6 in the evening, small sips only. Not 0, just no full glasses in the 2 hours before bed. That one shift, front-loading your fluid and tapering in the evening, changes your energy, your morning clarity, your digestion, and your sleep, often within a week. Now let me answer a few questions I know are coming. Does tea count? Yes. Does coffee count? Yes, in moderation, 2 to 3 cups. The old idea that coffee dehydrates you has been revised. It has a mild diuretic effect at very high doses, but at normal amounts it counts toward your daily fluid. Does milk count? Yes. Does soup count? Yes. Does the watermelon we talked about last time count? Absolutely. And now you understand exactly why the water content in food matters so much to your kidneys and your cells. What does not help is sugary drinks. Sodas and sweetened juices add sugar that works against your blood sugar, your weight, and your energy. You can drink them occasionally. They should not be your main fluid source. And alcohol goes the other way entirely. Alcohol actively dehydrates you. It fragments sleep. If you drink, drink earlier, drink less, and have a glass of water alongside every drink. That small habit makes a real difference to how you feel the next morning. Let me also say something about medications because it is relevant and often overlooked. Many common medications taken by people over 60 are mildly diuretic. They make you lose a little more fluid. Blood pressure medications, some heart medications, some diabetes medications, that does not mean they are wrong for you. It means hydration matters even more when you take them. If you take morning medications, take them with a full glass of water, not a sip, a full glass. That one habit supports both your hydration and the absorption of the medication itself. This is worth a 5-minute conversation with your pharmacist. They can tell you exactly how each of your medications interacts with fluid and whether any of them change your hydration needs. It is one of the most underused conversations in healthcare, and it costs nothing. Let me pull everything together. Point 1. After 60, your thirst signal weakens and your kidneys hold onto fluid less efficiently. Mild dehydration becomes common and quiet and shows up as fatigue, fog, dizziness, and poor sleep. Point 2. Plain water is good. But a morning glass with a squeeze of lemon and a small pinch of salt, if it is safe for your situation, is absorbed and used better. The lemon adds potassium and makes drinking easier. The salt gives the water something to hold on to in your body. If you are on sodium restriction or blood pressure medication, lemon only and check with your doctor. Point 3. The one that is backwards for most people, front load your fluid. Big glass first thing in the morning, steady through the day. Taper after 6 in the evening. Your sleep improves, your energy improves, your morning fog clears faster. None of this requires a supplement. None of it requires a product. A lemon costs almost nothing. Sea salt costs almost nothing. A consistent morning habit costs nothing at all. These are small changes, but small changes done every day are the ones that compound into the differences people notice 6 months from now and cannot explain. One last thing. Your kidneys, your hydration, your blood pressure, and your sleep are all connected. We have now covered 2 of those directly. The next video covers the third, the morning food that supports your blood pressure naturally after 60, without any of the side effects that come with a pill. It is linked above. Please talk to your doctor before making changes, especially if you are on medication for blood pressure, heart, or kidney conditions. I am giving you general information. Your doctor knows your specific numbers, and that difference matters. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourself.